Welcome back, everyone, to our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 4. We're coming off of our very first hot seat offer in the Xfinity series, a very fun race at Bristol. So now we go from one short track to another short track as we come back to the Gander Outdoors Truck Series and run the race at Martinsville. But before we do that, we've got a little bit of work to do on the truck. So let's go ahead and head over to our work plan tab. And you can see here I've already got some employees set up here. We're going to start work on our Speedway chassis and then complete the work over here on the short track chassis. Not a whole lot of work to be done here. We were very close to the maxes already, so we just simply topped that off and got our car to 95, 90, and 90 so that we could be at our maxes. We take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and you notice that after Martinsville, which is a short track, then we go to Speedway, 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 and Speedway. So a lot of speedways coming up. And the really interesting thing about this for me is that as I look at all of these tracks from Martinsville down to Charlotte, I've only driven any laps at all at one of those. And that one is Texas, which has already got a setup I've released here on the channel. The rest of these, I've not turned any laps, including Martinsville. So I'm going to have to take just a little bit of time to try to get some sort of a setup for our Martinsville race, and then we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be pretty exciting for me, but as of this recording, I have spent no time at any of these tracks other than Texas. So I like to mix things up a little bit here in career mode, and this is certainly going to be one of those times. Of course, also, we're going to have to skip ahead some because unfortunately we don't have time to do every race in every season. So I'll be skipping forward and simulating a few of these races here and there just so we can keep things moving along, continue to upgrade our car, and so on. And speaking of upgrades to our car, we're going to come back over to the work plan screen and hit the Y button, which will take us to upgrade departments. So we got roughly $40,000 out of that hot seat offer. So what did that do for us? Well, nothing in and of itself, but it was a really good step in the path to our next upgrade. One of the things I really want to do is get to 100 on the engine. And that's because ultimately, if we're going to have a chance, then we're going to have some speed in the car. And that starts with the horsepower. So going from 95 to 100 is going to take quite a bit of money, $270,000. But if we come down to aero or suspension, either one, and go from 90 to 95, then we're looking at $135,000. And then once we get all three of these engine, aero, and suspension upgraded, then we'll come back in here and deal with our pit stops. But for right now, I really like having the slower pit stops because it really does help to simulate having a lesser truck on the track. And instead of having a pit crew that's just amazing, which we could definitely do at this point, we've got enough money to do that. All right, so we're going to come back out. We're going to go to current event. Looks like it's time to select our car for the race as step number 2 in the process. And so obviously this makes a pretty easy decision. We only have one short track chassis, so we'll select that one. And looks like now it's time to head to the track. All right, folks, it is race time here at Martinsville. And we are in a really good starting spot. We're going to start about 14th. We'll see what happens with the grid adjustments pre-race, but we're going to be starting 14th, and 25% race against maximum difficulty AI should be a lot of fun. I spent very little time practicing here. I basically threw a setup at the car just to see what would happen. It worked out fairly well, so I decided to just go with it for the race. So it's certainly not going to be perfect. You see there, we were able to get down to the bottom, at least for now anyway. All right, we'll take it. So now we just sort of feel out the truck at the very beginning here. I need to see what it is I've got. How hard can I get into the corner? How quickly can I get back to the gas? How hard can I get back to the gas? This is one of those times, because I have not run any laps at the track or worked on a setup at all. I have no idea where my braking points are just yet. So a lot of things going on. It makes for a lot of fun. We're back to stage racing since we're back in the truck series. And you can see these guys are all over me. I'm getting some nice love taps from the rear, particularly on corner entry. They want me to go into the corner a little bit harder. Or they would prefer I get out of the way, whichever one. And we are definitely holding these guys up, but we're not just going to move over and let these guys go, that's for sure. Because these guys are definitely getting down into the corner deeper than I am, and that's probably going to continue, because if I try to drive it in too deep, then I'll just simply end up washing up the track. We'll get on the outside and we'll probably lose a ton of spots. So I'm trying to keep it on the bottom as best I can. But our rearview mirror is full of a truck that would like nothing better than to be able to get by us on corner entry.
Got one down low now. All right, clear low. All right, time to go. Keep it nice and smooth for us.
All right, 10 more laps to go here in stage 1. So very short stages, even at 25%. Doesn't take long at Martinsville. If memory serves me correctly, we're running somewhere around a 21-second lap in this truck right now. Have no idea what a fully upgraded truck can run, but I would certainly expect it to be a lot closer to a 20 flat. Oh, hello, there we go. He finally decided it was time to move on, so he moves us out of the way. All right, so now I'm just going to try to get back to the bottom.
Got one outside now.
Oh, another love tap from the rear.
Clear high, bud. Looking inside now. Got a car low now. Low clear. Car outside. Hold your line.
You can see we just don't have the braking
Clear high, bud.
that these guys have right now. And that's a combination of things. It's not necessarily just the truck. It's a combination of me working on brake bias is a huge part of that. If you get your brake bias right, then the car will rotate nicely under braking, and you can really carry more speed. But right now I'm having to brake hard and try to brake in a straight line because the car is not wanting to turn
Car there on the
under
outside.
braking.
Clear all around there.
Tons of grip though, I can feel it.
Time to go, driver.
So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of speed to be had at this track. All right, so we're coming up on the end of stage 1, and of course that means, do we pit, do we not pit? Chances are we won't have to pit for fuel, but we'll probably want to pit for tires since we're using a very aggressive tire wear and fall off setting. So this may be another one of those situations like we've seen in the past where we pit, the AI do not, and then we've got some fresher tires for a few laps than the AI cars.
I need 2 more. Follow that, man. Keep it going.
All right, 2 more laps, and even though we're holding up some of these guys, so far not too bad. 17th position is not too bad.
Got one peeking inside. All clear.
All right, final lap in stage 1.
All right, let's go. White flag.
You can see I'm protecting that inside pretty heavily. That is very important, particularly early on in a run when everybody is crammed up together, so that you don't get freight trained. All right, so 17th position, we'll take that in stage 1. All right, tires actually don't look too bad. We are going to have to pit at some point. Looks like, if you look on the top left-hand side, looks like everybody's pitting. So we'll just go ahead and join them, even though our tires are really not too bad. And really no adjustments that I want to make right now. Let's just go with it. Let's advance to the start of 2. So yeah, we lost a lot of pit stops. But again, that's what we expect because we have made no upgrades to our pit crew yet. So now we got to fight.
Still there?
Ooh, look out.
Careful, still there. All clear.
Woo! It is tight here at the back of the field.
Stay out the bottom.
So we'll just try to make up spots whenever we can.
The bottom here. You got room. You're clear.
All right, pick up a couple of spots here at the very beginning. And if we can keep on this bottom and not get shoved up into the second groove, we can continue making passes just as we come to these guys in the outside groove.
Still there.
That's exactly what they would do to us if we were up there. They would have us stuck up there and try to keep us up there as long as they could.
Still there. Got one outside now. You're all clear up top. I need 10 boards all around. Concentrate for me. Stay low, stay low. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Trying to get by Josh Rayoma. I actually feel like we're faster than him.
Car high, careful. All clear.
There have been multiple times I've had to get out of the gas just to keep from running him over. So we'll see how much of that is ultimately his speed and how much of that is
You're all clear on the bottom.
just the trucks he's around. A little love tap on the back bumper just to let him know we're here. Alright, we definitely have the speed to make up some spots here, but unfortunately, just can't get really the edge I need on corner entry. We just can't drag race these guys as much as I would like to right now. We're getting pretty good grip on corner exit.
Got a car low now.
Alright, now it's survival mode here on the outside. Trying to get a good enough run to get back to the bottom.
Got one peeking inside. Yellow's out. Back her
Oh,
down.
we got a yellow. Okay, we were actually doing pretty good right there. I think we had a chance of making that pass on the outside. So 35 laps remaining. We got plenty of fuel. Tires look in really good shape. No reason to pit here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come in to pit. All right, so we'll restart in 25th, which isn't too terribly far from where we were before the end of stage 1.
Green flag. All right, now. I need 2 more.
All right, it doesn't take long to get up into 4th gear on a restart here.
Car high, careful there.
All right, you can see these guys are just going to pull me off the corner, which is unfortunate. right, final lap.
Car outside.
Woo, another little love tap in the rear
All right.
for us.
No points at stake.
Not sure who that one was, but they were trying to get us to move. So we'll finish that stage in 24th. All right, so not great, but we passed some cars in that stage, got some positions back. And let's see, looks like if we look on the left-hand side of the screen, nobody is pitting around us. 29 laps left, plenty of fuel, plenty of tires. We're going to go ahead and advance to the restart. And unfortunately, we're back in the outside groove, so that's not going to be fun.
Are you ready now? Inside. Still there.
Not only are we in the outside groove, but we're behind another big group of cars in front of us, which means that we can't even let the car rotate through the center as fast as we would like. Too much traffic.
Stay high up here. You got room.
Oh,
Cars
hello.
on the outside.
We took a dive down to the inside and we survived it.
Still there.
It wasn't pretty, but we survived it. We took a couple of licks from the rear and the side, but so far so good.
Still there. Still there. You're all clear up top there.
All right, up to 23rd now.
Got
So
one
slowly
up
but surely just trying to work our way up.
top. Top 3, use it if you need it. All right, clear outside.
All right, so he basically let us go there. He was nice enough to, once we got to his inside, he didn't really try to fight it very hard. He was more interested, I think, in trying to get back to the bottom. All right, so we've got the 3 truck up on the outside lane, so we're going to try to keep him there and see if we can't move on past. But first we need the 12 to go on. So we got plenty of laps to go, about 20 laps left. So plenty of laps to make some things happen. Oh, smoke. We got a car that's stopped up here, I assume, somewhere.
Watch that car in front of you. You slow it down. You're going to
Oh,
the
good gracious.
car high. Careful.
There we go. We're finally back up and going.
Hold your line. Got one outside. All right, you're clear there. You're all clear up top there.
So that went on for a lot longer than it should have. But my problem was I couldn't tell who it was that was off the pace, so I didn't know which direction to go. Oh, look out, and we just got ran over on corner entry. So Benjamin decided that it was time to go.
Stay low, stay low. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there.
All right, so we're back by Benjamin, at least for now. We'll see if maybe he has some other ideas
All right,
about
clear
that.
left. All right, you're clear.
All right, so now we're going to start to get a little bit more aggressive. I may try to fit it into a few more places that I haven't tried before. We'll just see. If I get some opportunities, I'm going to drive it in there.
Stay on the bottom here. Hold your line, 3 wide. Clear high, clear high.
Oh, 44, nice job there. I was trying to bluff him down the straightaway to get him to back out of it, and he did not.
Still there.
Oh! Way too aggressive on the brakes there. Stay off the curb. Luckily, it's not a huge deal. It just costs you some speed. All right, so we're in 21st position. Again, not bad. We're just creeping back in on it. Looks like we've got a little bit of a gap here behind us. Now it'll close up quickly if we make any mistakes, but we've got a little bit of a gap.
Car there on the inside. All clear.
All right, got a pretty nice run off the corner there, able to maintain our position. So far, so good.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Truck is just too tight on entry under braking, so some adjustments are definitely needed. Because the truck right now wants to go straight under braking. And basically what that means right now for us is that if I'm going to try to drive it into the corner deep and get position on somebody, then it's probably going to mean I'm going to use them up in the center of the corner because I'm going to be headed up the track. Yeah,
Got a car coming inside now.
we have used up the front tires is what's happened. All of this tightness under braking, we've used up the tires.
Coming inside now. Got one outside now. All right, you're clear.
All right, so now job number one is just to try to bring it home. We've got some damage now. I can feel it. The truck doesn't quite feel right. In addition to our used up front tires, it does not feel right now. So all that contact is finally coming back to haunt us. So we're going to try to limp it home. You can see in the rearview mirror, not a whole lot going on behind us. All right, how many laps left? 6 more times.
Five laps to go.
Oh, look out. Tire is definitely going away. All right, so just a few more laps to try to hang in there.
All right, you're clear.
But yeah, this truck has got all sorts of issues right now.
Still there inside. Hold your line, got one inside. You got room, you're clear. Got a car low now. Bottom clear. Here you go, driver. Got a car coming inside now.
All right, so 24th position with about a lap and a half to go.
Clear high, bud.
Unfortunately, I don't know how much more we're going to be able to do with this thing.
Well, that's okay. We'll get him back.
All right, not bad. Not bad. So we end up a lap down, 24th. position with a lot of suspension damage, I believe. But not bad. I'll take that. Those kind of races are fun for me because I come in with no setup and just have to work my way through it as best I can. And that is quite a bit of fun. The unknown can be fun. So 24th position. We were the first truck one lap down. All right, let's see how much money we made. That really highlights how important the Xfinity race was for us. We made over 40 grand in the Xfinity race, and here only 19,400. So a huge, huge difference there. You can see the truck there in the replay in the background wobbling through the corner. Then we got all of this contact that happened when everybody started slowing down. Nobody knew what was going on. So we had some damage there. Then a little bit later in the race when, I forget which truck it was, but he started smoking and was trying to get out of the way. We tried to get below him, and unfortunately we tried to get below him about the same time that he decided it would be a good idea to go low, and so we banged quite a heavy amount of contact between the two of us, so that certainly didn't help our truck any. But overall, you just have to say it's Martinsville, and when you're running back in the pack like we were, that's the kind of thing you expect, really. So now, just like Bristol, this is going to be fun to see what kind of Twitter feedback we get. All right, so we've reached $100,000 right now, so not bad. All right, surely we're not going to get any bonuses for clean driving. Oh, it gives us moderate driving. Okay, not bad. We'll take any savings we can get. So 77, 75, and 75, which is still huge compared to what it would have been in times past, which would have been 70, 70, and 70. So we'll take any bonuses we can get. And let's move on. I really want to see this Twitter feedback. I want to see it. And okay, wow, another amazing race. I really hope that Claudius Magnifico accepts my invitation and comes over to my pool party this weekend. All right, so in Heat 3, it was all about going camping. So everybody was coming camping with us, but now apparently Austin Wayne Self has a pool, and that's going to make a lot of friends. So let's go ahead and send that compliment over. We'll definitely be coming to the pool party. All right, Ross Chastain. Wow, all-time favorite driver in the whole world, and this weekend we're going out on my boat. We are the popular one, aren't we? So Ross Chastain, thank you very much. So now we're getting a pool party and we're going out on a boat. I mean, life is pretty good for us right now. Even though we're not finishing good at all, life is good. All right, since we are friends, I feel like I can tell you this. Last race, you were super dirty. Not just dirty. We weren't just dirty. We were super dirty. Wait, does this mean we aren't going kayaking? Man, we're killing it right now in the friend department. We are going on trips. No wonder we can't drive that good. We don't spend any time practicing. We spend all our time out on the water, it appears. All right, so we sent out an apology over to Josh Balicki. Again, don't remember being around him in the last race, but who knows? All right, so that'll do it for today's race. I think what I may do at this point is let's just move forward in the season a little bit. Let's get some more races under our belt, and I'll just simulate those so that you guys won't miss any of the racing action. But that'll get us a little bit more money and hopefully get us closer to that next upgrade. So now let's see what is next. I've forgotten from earlier in the video exactly what that was. Let's see. Oh, view contracts. All right, what do we have? All right, so the 3-star rides look like we're in good shape. 4-star, we're not quite high enough. We need to be 20th in the standings. We're just outside of that, I believe. But yeah, the 3-star rides, we are in good shape. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned as we will continue our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 4.